Arcane Rush is an auto chess style game that's available on Android, iOS, and PC through the Steam client, and that's going to allow you to seamlessly switch between your phone and your PC and back. Today's video is sponsored. You can use the link in the description of this video, or you can scan my QR code that's on screen now to support my channel. And if you're looking for more DC Dark Legion content, don't worry, I got a few videos that are coming very soon. Now, this game does have some similarities to some other auto chess games like Dota Underlords and Hearthstone Battlegrounds, but it's going to have a much more complex card upgrade system and shop upgrade system. Gameplay is centered around choosing a unique dealer and then upgrading cards over time, which is going to allow you to develop even more creative combos. You'll start out with access to just the orcs and neutral cards, but as you progress through battles and you upgrade your roster and your dealer, you'll gain access to dwarves, undead, dragons, demons, and elves. In addition to upgrading your units, you'll also have the ability to equip powerful relics, and these are spells that you'll be able to cast at certain points during your playthrough or your runs that will allow you to augment your champions and buff your team. And for even more ways to engage with the game, you can join a clan, and you can also participate in modes like Arena, where you'll take lineups from your best runs each day and fight against other players. Or you can do the Gauntlet, which is another mode where you can battle against the same lobby opponents and use identical shop content. With that introduction out of the way, let's jump into a couple of battles and I'll talk you through my thought process. We are going to be using Fiddler today. See what we got. Looks like orcs, dwarves, and undead. I think we will take the Skulga here. One thing I forgot to mention at the very beginning of the video is that the nice thing about this game is the combat is not happening in real time. So you can actually step away anytime you want to. So if you have family commitments or work commitments or whatever else you're doing where you don't have the ability to sit down and play through the entire set of matches all at once, you can pause the game, you can leave, you can come back anytime you would like to. And I really think that adds to the replay value of this game, or keeps you coming back, because it allows people who want to min-max the ability to kind of sit down and think about their choices, and it allows people who just want to play casually to come in and click a few buttons here and there when they can. Now, when you start out in a match, you're always going to have 1-star heroes or 1-star cards available from the shop. As you upgrade the shop, you'll gain access to some of your 2, 3, 4-star cards and above. You also have the ability to refresh the shop several times based on how many coins you have, and you can also freeze the units that are in the shop in case you want to draw for them the next time around. We're going to go for a dwarf build this time, or at least I think this is probably one of the better units to start out with, because you have barrier, and barrier is a mechanic that basically allows you to avoid damage the first time that champion is hit. So we did spend all of our coins. Let's fight and see what happens. Okay, so we lose there. That's fine. You're not always going to win that first match. You're really just trying to get units on the board as quick as you can. This is a nice unit to start with, Honest Fellow. Usually if you can get him the first round and then you refresh the shop the second round, it's going to make him a 6/6 unit, which is actually pretty hard to defeat early on. Because we already have this rock bouncer, we're going to go ahead and choose the second copy of it here rather than upgrading the shop. We'll deploy him, and then we're going to refresh the shop with our last coin. And now we're going to be able to upgrade to a gold unit next turn, which is actually really, really good. So we'll go ahead and lock this in, and then we'll fight. There's a good example of the barrier coming in handy. So we got the win there, and we will go ahead and take this upgrade. So now you can see we have a 4/4 unit that has barrier as well. We'll throw him back in, and we can summon a tier 2 unit. Okay, so we can orc that can deal 5 damage to the enemy with lowest HP. We can refresh the shop once per turn, or we get a coin spell. I think we take the dwarf synergy here, play him, and we'll refresh the shop a couple of times. You notice this cheers mechanic. It is one that you need to be cheersed by one of the other dwarves, I think, in order to be able to use that. All right, nothing to lock in here. Let's fight this one. Definitely got to get some more units on the board. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the shop. We're going to take this Ghost Flame Lantern. I really wish that that spell would work where you could choose which one you wanted to give it to, but we'll take what we can get here. We're going to take this Uruk Enforcer. He has a really nice mechanic where anytime he slays an enemy, he's going to gain +2/+1 permanently, which is really helpful even if you're not going for an orc build. And let's fight. It was a little dicey, but that was a solid win. Seem to be getting a lot of orcs here, so I think we may switch and start grabbing some of the orcs from the shop. We're going to buy both of those and we'll refresh. All right, let's give this a go. So that slay mechanic is getting us some additional health and damage on our kind of main win condition here. Definitely need to look at upgrading the shop tier soon. We got a coin as well that we can spend. So I think here we will upgrade the shop. We're going to give our highest HP unit +6 damage. And then we will use our coin so that we can buy another one of the orc units. And this one's going to give allies +3 damage on attack. Pretty solid trades here. That Avenge is definitely helping. All right, what do we got? I think we're actually going to sell this tooth picker. We will grab this guy, buffs up a few of our minions on the board. We're going to sell this. We can cycle a couple of times, see if we can get anything else good. We'll definitely buy that to get all of the 1-star minions out of the shop. Okay, nothing good. Might actually, we'll freeze that just in case, and then let's jump in. Okay. Little luck there, but we did get the win. All right, so what can we do next? I think we can buy this just in case we can get another one of them, although it is 1 star, so I suppose that was a misplay, but we'll just keep running with it. All right, so we can do an upgrade here. That's going to be really good. We'll go ahead and play that. We get our summon. I am going to go ahead and sell this back. See if we can salvage that a bit. You can also, well, that's clearly an after effect of me being new to the game and trying to learn some of the mechanics, but a couple of misplays there. We'll just overlook those. All right, I'm going to refresh. Let's go ahead and open this. And we're going to choose Red Fang Rager. We'll save our coins and jump in. Okay, so that's really solid. We should have this one won. Despite my best efforts, we may still be in decent shape here. We're going to go ahead and upgrade the shop, I think, to tier 4. And after you win 1 combat, get a tier 4 orc. I think that's a pretty solid one. I'm guessing that's a passive. And then we've got a few coins, so we can sort of do a few upgrades here. And nothing worth locking in. Let's go ahead and run another match. This guy's actually got a really good setup here. I think we just lose. That one's definitely going to be tough to overcome. These dwarf lineups can really ramp up really fast from what I can tell. So we definitely want this White Fang pack leader. That's going to be really nice. I believe we want this shield breaker. And then what else can we find? We sell that, spend our coin here. Now we can fight. Okay, we should be able to win this one. There we go. I'm not sure how we're going to get past that dwarf team, but we made it into the top 3 here. So this is really helpful. Give an ally +6 damage and multi-strike. We definitely want to do that. We're going to upgrade the shop. We'll get a second copy of that. I think we're actually going to sell this. We're going to use one of these. We're going to give it to the unit with barrier. I think that gives us the best chance of surviving. We definitely want to buy that, so I'm going to freeze the shop, and then we can fight. really needed to kill that front unit. Wow, that was a really close one. This is our last chance, so we definitely need to pull this one in. We're gonna see if we can fish for a third copy of this. I don't know if we can. Unfortunately, we couldn't come up with it, so I think the smart play here is going to be we're going to sell this. We will play this one. We're going to sell, let's refresh. We'll sell this one. We're going to play this one. Well, actually, let's refresh, and then we'll play this. I'm going to freeze to get a second copy of this, just in case we're able to pull this out. I think it's going to be pretty close here. Both of these teams that are kind of in the lead are dwarf teams, and they both seem pretty unstoppable. I think this team is probably going to win. We just don't have enough mechanics to defeat this. We did get third place. I think that's pretty respectable. And we were also able to upgrade our dealer because of this. So let's jump over here and we'll upgrade to level 14. That gives us a unit upgrade. Looks like we're upgrading a lot of the dwarf units there, so that's good. Let's do a second battle, see if we can get a little bit more luck here. Okay, we got Undead, Dwarf, and Orc. I think we'll go with Fail of Fate Herald. We'll add Rock Bouncer. I'm actually just going to use this opportunity to upgrade the shop. And we're going to go with the Ghost Flame Lantern here. I go back and forth. I think it makes way more sense than doing the Runebound Stiletto. But the Stoneforge schematics is actually pretty nice, where you can, the next two items or units that you buy, you're going to give them +2/+2, and it costs 1 less. But we need something, I think, that'll be impactful now. So that's going to be pretty good. Let's see what happens in this next battle. We're going to fish once or twice and see what we can get in the shop. I do like the hired killer. We'll see what we can get, though. We got one more chance. So let's refresh. Okay. We'll play this guy. Other games I've played, like Hearthstone, you know, I've never been a fan of these summon mechanics. I'm not like a huge fan of the undead team. I can see where it can be pretty powerful. I love the barrier mechanic a lot in these types of games. So I think I'm enjoying trying to make the dwarf setups work fairly well. And I do like the sort of rage mechanics. Like all the orc mechanics are pretty cool as well. So we did get some brews. These brews will give a unit +1/+1. We also have the ability to give units barrier for the next turn, which is going to be helpful. I actually am going to take a risk here and upgrade the shop, and then we'll choose Warrior's Mantle to give one of our units +6 damage. And then we're just going to go ahead and stack in these brews. All right, let's see how this battle goes. We're probably going to be a little bit behind on the board. Okay, that's good. We're stacking a decent amount of brews here, and we somehow miraculously were able to win that. So I think we can probably cycle through a couple of times and see if we can get something good. I think we'll take this Uruk Enforcer just for now to give us a little bit more damage on the board, and then we'll actually beef this guy up, and maybe we'll give the Uruk Enforcer a little bit of health as well. Okay. It's nice that you can still get the brews even if you die for that one. We did lose there, but it's our first loss. We definitely need to get some more units on the board and try to start getting a little bit more synergy. I'm hoping that having the highest shop tier is going to allow us to do that. Actually buy that one to get those brews whenever we do sell it. And we can try to refresh one more time. Okay, so this is actually pretty good. We'll buy that one. And who do we want to give that to? And we're just going to keep buffing up this guy. Okay. All right. You definitely want to buy another rock bouncer. I actually like this one as well. I think getting those extra brews will be helpful for us. So we're going to play this one, which gives us 2 brews. Then we can immediately, well, we'll end up selling that one, I think, the next turn. Spread the love a little bit. We're actually going to start giving this one barrier because he has the slay mechanic where he's able to gain the +2/+1. We kind of want to ramp that up if we can, at least a little bit. All right, let's fight. Okay, that's good. More brews, the better. All right, we just got to keep pushing the advantage I think that we have right now. Still only a few of us with the tier 3 shop. I probably need to upgrade that soon. I think we're definitely going to buy Bruce Lee. That will be helpful. And then we have a couple of extra coins. Before we do the upgrade, let's see if there's anything we can buy that would be more advantageous to us. We are going to go ahead and upgrade the shop. We'll take the stone vault and go ahead and buff a couple of these up. I'm also going to sell this for a couple of reasons. Number one, we can add Bruce Lee in. When we end the turn here, it's going to give us a couple of extra brews for the next turn. And I'll also be able to grant barrier. Again, we're going to keep granting barrier to the enemy that has the slay mechanic, or the unit that has the slay mechanic, I should say. Get an extra brew there. That's nice. We're actually going to lose. That's okay. We got a couple of hearts to lose, and we're just going to continue to try to ramp up a couple of our champions here. These brews are definitely going to help with that. We are at shop level 4. I think we can just do some refreshes this time. Before I forget, I will go ahead and use this on the enforcer. See what we can refresh for. That's actually really good. Go ahead and buy that. Nice thing is you do get to save all of the upgrades that you've done on that champion. So we can go ahead and play him back onto the battlefield, and we're going to get a tier 5 reward. And clearly we're going to take Scab Copperhide. So we'll claim that. And we're going to go ahead and sell the Voyaging Brewer to get those 3 extra brews. Looks like we actually lost one because you can only have 6 cards in hand, but that's okay. Here, let's go ahead and refresh. We're going to sell that. I'll play him. Okay. So something to keep in mind, every time you add that brew onto him, he's going to give those barriers. So now we have everyone with a barrier. I'll grab this one and go ahead and play him. I think we're going to beef him up pretty good as well. Okay, let's freeze the shop. That's going to be really nice. And we're going to... So I think we're in really, really good shape now. I notice that the +6 damage is only until the next turn, but as long as we can keep getting additional brews each round, it shouldn't really matter. We'll be able to continue to do some of these things that we just did here to, I think, help us win this this round. Let's think this through. This one helps us get a brew. This one gives us 2 brews. He is a solid item, but I wonder, we're definitely going to buy this. When a dwarf takes damage, give your units +1/+2. I think that could be helpful if we throw him in the back line. So I wonder if we sell the Uric Enforcer, if it actually would end up being better for us here. I'm going to take the risk of selling this Enforcer. Let's go ahead. We're going to buy the Highland Headhunter anyway. Maybe we can cycle through. Let's buy this Voyaging Brewer. Hear me out. All right, we're going to sell him. Okay. So this is just like a purely better trade here. We're going to... All right, I got to think about this. We definitely need to sell this one. Okay. So then we're going to... All right. We'll play that. And can't use that yet. We really need to... We want him. Okay. Then we play this. Sell it. And we got to make room in our hand. So we'll just throw this on him. And now we can buy this. Play that. So then whenever an ally in front of him would take damage, he takes it instead. So he definitely has to be in the back row. We'll play it back here. And we're going to give a barrier to him. Then we can go ahead and play a few more brews. All right, so everyone's got barrier now. And then we want to try to grant some overwhelm and additional damage. One refresh. That doesn't really help. All right. The nice thing about being able to kind of think through this, and some of the other games you play like this, sitting there and trying to come up with that solution would definitely time you out, and you would just end up losing your turn. So I really like that they've added that mechanic here. We managed to make it into the top 4, which is great. Let's see if we can get a W here. So we're definitely going to go ahead and get some barrier going on some of these champions. I'm not even sure if I want to sell anything that's on the board right now. I really just want to continue to kind of use these mechanics that I've been using. We can throw a barrier on one additional person. I want to be throwing him in the back line. All right. I really like that one. Ooh. Okay, so we definitely want to either freeze the shop or figure out a way to obtain that right now. I think we just freeze the shop so that we can buy that on the next turn. And then I would like to get these 2 brews here, but I also want to play this so that I can get the +1, +2s permanently as quick as we can. So I almost feel like I'm gonna take the risk of just trying to grab those 2 extra brews here, which actually we're gonna get one here. I think we can just sell him. We're gonna have an extra coin left over if we do that. It's okay. We're gonna do it. Okay, so we'll play that down, and then we're going to give brews to you twice. All right, let's see how it goes. We did only get 1 brew here, it looks like, but that's okay. It'll still help us. Awesome, down to the top 3. Let's go ahead and buy that. And now we're going to give 2 dwarf allies overwhelm and +12 damage when you do it, when you use cheers. So that is going to be incredibly beneficial for us. We're going to avoid upgrading the shop right now. I'll go ahead and buy this additional runic protector. We're going to refresh one more time, and then we can add a barrier to someone. So what we'll do is play this, get access to a tier 5 minion. Nothing really helpful here. We'll take the Restless Spirit, and we want to give him I think what we'll do here is give this one so we get an extra barrier, and then I can barrier this one. And I think that's about as good as it's going to get. Okay, we might actually get a couple of brews. Awesome. That's going to help us next round. Beautiful. Telling you, these dwarfs are really, really strong. I'm gonna give him a barrier, I think, for sure. And then let's do a couple refreshes, see what we can find here. Down to 5. Okay. We're just kind of fishing for duplicates really at this point. I think we can go ahead and just upgrade the shop. All right, I think we'll go with the rune diadem. And let's add another shield. Get a couple of brews maybe here. We definitely need many of those because we're trying to add more cards to our hand to hit that to get that relic to fire off. But actually, I think we just win. Yeah. There it is. There's your first place with dwarves. Really happy with that run, actually. I'm just having a lot of fun playing the dwarf class right now. That's going to wrap up this introductory video for Arcane Rush. I had a lot of fun making this video, and I'm really enjoying playing the game. I'll definitely be covering this game at least a few more times on the channel in the future, just to kind of give you guys an idea how the game works and how my account is progressing. Again, this game is available for free on Android, iOS, and PC through the Steam client. If you would like to try the game out for yourself, you can use the link in the description of this video, or you can scan the QR code that's on screen now. And I definitely look forward to seeing you in the next video.